Hello to my Geminis. All right, Geminis, let's get into your reading. Happy Wednesday to each and every one of you all, Geminis. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Your general reading. So, Geminis, if you want to see exactly which days your videos are going to be posting, all that information is on my YouTube community page or on TikTok, okay? So for those of you all who are new to my channel, welcome, coming back, welcome back, welcome back. All right. So the moon has moved into Sagittarius. You can go to your phone and download the moon phases, moon calendar, moon phases, all of those things, right? So Geminis, there are some energies who are opposing. I already prayed over your cards. Who are opposing your increasing your knowledge. You all love to learn, right? But there's some energies who almost feel like you would be a threat to whatever their industry is. So you want to be very, very careful about what you're talking about. You want to protect your energy, what you're building. You all love to learn. So waning, the moon is in a waning, it's a waning moon, right? And so that's where you're banishing bad energy. We're in a third quarter phase. You're reflecting, you're learning, you're releasing anything that's not helpful to you, you're resting, and also you're in renewal. So you're in this last phase of this cycle. We had a full moon in Cancer, and people kind of sort of like want to know what pack you're running, like, but they want to know, what side of the politics you land on, what side of, and I shared that book with you, of the Spirit Animal book about wolf energy, right? So towards the end of a cycle, people could be feeling like you're the bad energy that needs to be banished. They could feel like you're the enemy, right? That's what waning moon is about. They could feel like you're the one that's causing them relationship troubles. They could feel like you're the one that's impatient and not understanding. You're the one that's not forgiving people. You're the one that's the problem. You're the burden in the family, not the blessing. Y'all get the point, right? You're the one that's causing people to stress out. You're the one that needs to revise your resume. You need to find a new job, or you need to find a new calling in life, right? Y'all get the whole point. So this is where you want to pray ahead of time, because some of these people are within driving distance of you. You all rule third house. That's communication, house of communication. Some people can just straight up tell you, hey, listen, you want to be careful with this and be careful with that. But it's like the sharks are circling your sword energy. And that's what you're saying, okay, certain communication, hey, rerouting people. When we talk about water, if it's in the land or sea, if people are talking about emotional intelligence or your IQ or whatever, you can reroute people in a direction of just continuing to keep your vibrations high. And let's get it. All right. Today is a great day. Today is a great day. So you're really counting your blessings. You're really, really counting your blessings. One of the things that people love about Geminis is the fact that you can flip the switch, right? Even though people may say Geminis are, like you don't really know which side of the twin you're going to get from Gemini, a good twin or bad twin, you know how to flip. You know how to flip the switch. And so when we come into the end of any cycle and people don't know how to use their creativity, some people use their creativity for evil. And so you don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Right? Current situation. Yeah. There's two sides of you, right? And so somebody could feel like you are arrogant, that you're showboating, that you're, you don't want to link up with people because you think you're better than them or whatever. And other people are praying for your strength, right? Other people are praying for your strength. Some people are waiting to pounce on something. You think about lion, that's an apex predator, right? So somebody is waiting to pounce on something in a physical sense, like mad, feeling like you're not strong enough to survive in certain spaces, right? Other people are praying for you too. They're praying for your strength, right? So certain energies, when they feel like a lion is wounded, they want to end that lion. They want that lion out. You know what's coming to mind is the movie Beast, with Idris Elba. For those of you, I don't know if you've seen the movie or not. So they see you as this wounded lion, right? Because you're showing compassion for people who are sheep. And so some people feel like, well, we're not proud of people like that. We don't take pride in that. We don't take pride in that, right? That you're wounded, right? So be careful of who you're linking up with and who you're talking to, because there's two sides to you, right? There's two sides to you. There's two sides to everybody. We're talking about duality. Two sides to everybody. So somebody's praying for your strength. It could be a Leo that's praying for you. It could be two Leos that's praying for your strength, right? And so this right here, Ace of Wands, because you're inspiring people. You're inspiring people to come out of survival mode, whoever you are. And so, and people are inspired by your energy. They're motivated. They're gaining clarity. They feel like they can levitate, right? But there's still some people who are, there's still some people who are angry. They're on the dark side of fire, right? They want to extinguish your flame. So here we have the King of Pentacles here, because you're sharing too much information. So they're like, okay, you cut it. You sharing too much, right? You're inspiring people to. It's like it's catching on, like you lit a match, and it's this infinite amount of inspiring people, like almost like people are saying, do you know where you are? Like you're around a bunch of animals, right? But remember, humans are also apex predators too, right? So you're learning how to close out cycles. Here we have the Knight of Wands. Somebody behind you is like, yes, right? And you're basically beating the drum like, okay, come on, you don't need to be fired up in something that's negative, right? People basically are saying you're ruthless with some of the stuff that you say, but there's two sides of you. And what I pick up on in your reading, Gemini, is that you're trying to educate people, right? So I get it, but everybody else may not get it, right? Some people will look at you as like you're an animal, like you're a sheep, like you're a sheep, or you're a lamb, or but Source is backing you up. Source is sending the people. Source is speaking of this heart around this necklace here. Source is sending people to protect, like Source is placing it on people's hearts to protect your energy. The only two zodiac signs that's not ruled by planets, they're ruled by luminaries, is Leo and Cancer. So something about your energy is very nurturing to people, and those people are like, well, let somebody come at Gemini. We're about to pounce out the bushes on them, right? Because they need compassion too. People need compassion too. Everybody really does. So some people are saying, on one hand, you talk ruthless, and then the next one, like, do you really want to be in a company of ruthless? Anyway, you just got people to back you up. That's it. People who are showing you compassion because you show compassion. So you're already winning. You're already winning. Somebody could be getting married. Nice. Congratulations. Married in business and or in love. And basically somebody is saying, hey, you are definitely marriage material if that's what you prayed for. That could be, that you actually, some people could feel like you do inspire. Let me see how I can word this. Some people know that you're whole and complete by yourself. And marriage is not the only end goal for you, whoever you are. And I'm talking to you wherever Gemini is in your birth chart. But somebody also knows that because you inspire and motivate people to be whole and complete, you're nurtured. This is Cancer's card here, by the way. Remember, you guys see me shuffling the cards. These are the only two zodiac signs that's not ruled by planets. Somebody says, you bring out the best in them in a relationship. And again, your sun sign doesn't have to be Gemini. Your moon could be Gemini, or it could be in some placement somewhere, because I speak to all placements in your birth chart, right? But somebody else, for one person saying that, hey, this person has too high expectations for marriage. Somebody else may say marriage in business and or in love, just so we're crystal clear. Another person may go, that's exactly the type of person that I want, because they inspire people, they inspire me, right? Whoever you are. So yeah, today is a great day. So what works for one person may not work for another, but Source is actually cleaning house, so that if you decide this is something that you want in business and or in love, people already come in knowing that you're already balanced out. They don't see you as the enemy. They're not inspired to turn around and burn you. They know exactly what inspires you and what doesn't inspire you. So, good for you, right? Somebody from your past is preying on your downfall when it comes to marriage. So you could be in a relationship with somebody. Somebody from your past is preying on your downfall. But all you got for them is prayers. And remember, Mars is not retrograde in 2026. So your prayers for them will be immediate. They will immediately be answered. Immediately. You're on such a natural high in frequency. Remember the Ace of Wands. You're not even getting to the Ten of Wands. Meaning that you are light in whatever circle Source puts you in. So you're enlightening people up from the very beginning what your expectations are in marriage, in business, and or in love. So you're letting people know you came to be a light. You're not come to opposing somebody that you're in business or in marriage with, or that's not your circle of energies. So somebody is preying on your downfall from the past, and you've worked really, really hard to remove yourself from those circles. You work really, really hard. So it's two people that you're praying for, that their relationship, they put their attention on each other, inspiring each other. And this is somebody, an ex from your past, who is preying on your downfall. If you get married, like, oh, that's not going to work out. Like, basically, I could be talking to somebody who is divorced, or somebody who was going to marry somebody and you decided to back out, or they decided to back out, or whatever. But somebody's still praying. It's like they're giving you way too much energy. So you're just cutting ties. Like, emotionally, you're not talking about them. You're not talking to them. You're not around them. If you found out they're in certain circles. In other words, you're not letting people get too familiar too fast with what's going on with you. So you work really, really hard at that. Good for you, Geminis. Yeah. You're actually, when the Devil card comes out, that really is you working on your own demons, your own temptations. Because you're a Gemini, you're a mutable sign, and you can go with other people's flow, and you love to learn. You're a wordsmith, you can communicate, whatever, right? You're no longer inspired to use your air. You're an air sign to address anybody from your past who either wanted to marry you or you were married to, in business and or in love. You're not trying to keep that flame flickering at all. You're not interested. Somebody else could be in a marriage themselves. You wish the best for them and you're moving on. You wish the best for them and you're moving on, right? You got work to do. You got work to do. You're not interested in people who are only interested in seeing somebody's relationships fail. That's not the frequency that you're on. So yeah, there you are. Balance. Balance out. You're not going to do an injustice to yourself. This is 7th house. 7th house is about open enemies. You're not an open enemy to marriage at all, right? Marriage in business or marriage in love. You're not an open enemy to the institute of marriage in business and or in love. So when people are directing their attention towards you, like you hate marriage or you hate people that are married or whether they happily married, you're not giving it any air. You're not giving it any air. So you've already ascended higher. You've already aimed higher. When people thought that you were on a high horse, it's like, no. You don't want to get into a relationship with somebody just when they clapping and cheering when something goes wrong for you. Like, like why would you want to be in a friendship, relationship, anything like that? So no. You want somebody that's going to have your back. So yeah, so I just see you, you have a whole world of opportunities headed your way, right? You're leaving. The 2nd house connects with us with Taurus. We're not talking about a Taurus, but the symbol is a bull, right? So you're not interested in traveling with. Remember, you all rule 3rd house. 3rd house is the house of communication, but it's also the house of siblings, cousins, people that you would take a short trip or drive with, like short distance, right? This is where you're saying you're not visiting, riding in the car with, this right here, horse and carriage, being married to anybody that sees you as opposition to a point where you like something, even if it's family members. You're like, okay, this is the person, this is my new person, and they're like, oh, I thought you would have been with somebody who looks different, or I thought you would have been. You're not entertaining any of it. You're not entertaining any of it. So somebody looks like they've already been there before, or we're traveling to so and so for, whatever, oh, I've been there too, I didn't like this place. Like you're not even. Y'all get the point. All right, so kudos and congratulations to you. Anybody that opposes everything you do, instead of you standing there arguing with people who get a thrill out of arguing and, I was just trying to tell you, you got a bad attitude. Okay, hey, if you didn't tell them, they don't know. They're not familiar with where you're traveling to, dating, married to, none of that. You've already moved on. So kudos and congratulations to you, Geminis. All right. So you have a whole world of opportunities in front of you, right? Whole world of opportunities in front of you. So, yeah. So journal your journey. Nice. Very nice. All right. So treat yourself to a spa day. I love it. All right. So he apologizes for betraying you. I don't know who he is. You have the gift of claircognizance. This is psychic knowledge about other people. Yeah. Somebody started telling people about you behind your back, who you're dating, who you're with, where you live, all of this, telling all these people who oppose everything you do, and now they have to deal with being around those same types of spirits. Either they're going to crack under pressure to become that same type of energy, or they're going to be strong enough to say, hey, I need to get away from these people. Everything I do seem like it's wrong. So you out here living your best life. So good for you. Good for you. Ask source for clarity, but you're praying for these people that they find they protected this. They protect the sanctity of their relationships. Like they're protecting themselves, their partner, their job, whoever they're protecting, and not spilling the beans. And where people are like, well, whatever, who knows? Anyway, but today's a great day. Today's a great day for you. So you have a lot of opportunities headed your way. Somebody's a succubus energy. So back straight, walk away. Back straight, walk away. So at what age did your parents work on their shadow self, and at what age did you work on your shadow self? It's time to open your vault door, right? And so the spy is now turned on. Yeah, you're just protecting the sanctity of your relationships in your personal and your professional life, and that's it. But once you realize it's a particular spirit, and it's a demonic spirit that you worked hard to stay away from certain subject matters where people, everything you say, they oppose it. Oh, why do you like this? Why did you choose that person? I would have thought that you would have been with somebody else. Why did you choose that travel destination? Why would you want to go there? Those are the people you are getting as far away from as fast as humanly possible. You've gotten to the root of something. You've gotten to the root of something. In your own family, starting with. Family is chosen or blood relatives. Yeah. Somebody has been contaminated by somebody they were married to that they thought would be their biggest cheerleader, and they try to project that onto you. You're like, no sir, no ma'am. Nope. So happy travels wherever you're going. And like I said, the spy is turned on. So whoever's kind of watching you, they're like turned on. They're like, okay, this person really is protecting the relationship. So that's what makes you more attractive to people, is that you're protecting the relationship. So when you leave the relationship, people don't automatically think you're talking about them. So yeah. Queen of sensuality. All right, rebirth. Look at you. Yeah. So you're queen of a lot of things, whether you're a man or woman. I'm not using that in a derogatory way. Adjust your crown, right? Your third eye is wide open. You're starting to see that that's how some people bully people into certain situations. But why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do this? Why would you, instead of just, oh, I will pray for you. I'm praying for your marriage. I'm praying for your friendships. I'm praying for the job that you just accepted. They go launch right into, why would you want to do this? Why would you want to do that? Why are you still single? Why did you marry that person? Why did you accept that job? Why did you just, yeah, divine feminine energy, right? So this is your energy, your divine feminine. You're very comfortable in your divine feminine energy. So yeah, you're moving into a softer life. Is she right here? And you're inspiring other people to do the same thing. Yep. That's why you're walking away from certain energies. Yeah. That's why somebody from your past wants you back. Gemini, because whoever you are, because they're starting to see, while they prayed for you, whoever you are, and you voila appeared fast, right? It's like they prayed for you one week, the next week you appeared. Whether you appeared in a workplace, whether you appeared in church, mosque, or temple, or some kind of an organization, you appeared, right? And you're very comfortable in your divine feminine energy. Somebody else is not. Some people are not. They're used to people opposing everything. Why did you want to date them? Why would you want to marry that person? Why do you wear those kind of shoes? Why do you have on that dress? Why do you have on, I mean, and people looking at it like, I was just asking a question, but it's the way that they're asking the question. Almost like, you know, so change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroad in your own evolution. Your own evolution. So yeah, that Ace of Wands, the seed was planted. Wands energy is about the springtime, and it's planting seeds, right? Somebody inspired that energy a long time ago. Like somebody planted that seed that, you know, people are supposed to oppose each other in marriage. Well, why would you want to be in business or, you know, but they're looking at it like that's how we inspire each other. That's how they love each other. That's not how you flow, right? You're in the heart chakra space. So that's like those energies. You don't even want 1 foot off of your physical body, because if that's how y'all inspire each other, arguing and then make up sex or make up this, you're like, that's not how you're flowing. So, that's what I'm saying for you all. Hopefully this is helpful, and I'll see you all in the next video. All right, bye.